Hello, everybody. Regular Garner's Games coming in with a little bit of a post-Christmas comic book review. I normally do these on Tuesday, but Christmas Eve is maybe a couple of days late. But this is more of a Valentine style book, sort of. But as close as you're going to get with Kidpool and Spider-Boy, number one. This comic is brought to us by Christopher Yost. Nathan Stockman, Jeb Dougherty, and Chris Campana. Our story begins with narration, which Kidpool complains about through the entire narration, where a jogger in Central Park runs into a tunnel and seemingly is confronted by a monster. She goes on to irritate every major crime boss, including the intergalactic one of Thanos, whose general response at the end of her sales pitch is to kill her. Until she finally encounters the owl, who, after trying to kill her, decides that there is somebody that he would like to hire her to take care of. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And she is so delusional at one point when he is helping a little old lady across the street. She actually states, now he's leading Grandma right into traffic. So she's going shooting with an RPG. When Spider-Boy would arrive to interfere with her plans to take out the web slinger. And all she keeps wanting to know is, what's his name? And after he dives down, after she falls and literally makes a body print into the concrete, she comes on to him rather strongly, flirting with him, to the point that he panics and bites her with his poison and grabs all of her weapons and takes off. As he's leaving, she says, Spider-Boy, I'm going to kiss him. We have a flashback to 20 years ago with a girl named Julian Jensen when she's 8 years old, drawing a picture for her mom of her marrying a T-Rex. That will become relevant in the story later, oddly enough. Then we have Spider-Boy is gone, and he's telling Peter what all happened. And he's talking about the girl starting to, flirt with him. He's like, hey, it's just part of being, an irresistible, web slinger. And he kind of mentions the black cat. And gets to the point where he goes, just healed, fell to the street, looked like she died, just healed, got back up and walked away. He's like, wait, what'd you say her name was? Kidpool. He literally as though grab him by the shoulder. Listen to me. Go home. Pack whatever you need and get out of here. You need to leave town right now. People think I'm annoying, but they don't know. You are kind of annoying. I'm nothing compared to him. Of course, referencing Deadpool. We have a confrontation between Kidpool and Spider-Man next, and it actually doesn't go well for the web slinger. As Kidpool puts a goo bomb Looks like something from the Trapster. On his back. And leaves him stuck to the wall. And almost all of his questions are about Spider-Boy. Or her questions about Spider-Boy. Then we find out that there's a cloaked airship, which is an AIM airship, with this reptilian-looking face as the leader. Now we have Spider-Boy. He confronts Deadpool. And Deadpool points out that this is a all-ages comic, so while he doesn't have his arm, he points out that we don't get the bones and the blood and the regrowing of the arm and stuff, because it's an all-ages book. And they get confronted by Ultra Adaptoid 221, who's going to try to adapt Deadpool's powers, but also ends up combining some of Spider-Boy's. It results in a fight against an 8-armed spider monster with Deadpool's ability. But, because it's a robot, at the end, Deadpool's able to cut its head off. And then we're back to talking about Kidpool. Then we have a 9-year ago where the girl who was drawing pictures of the T-Rex marrying her is now a scientist, and she's working on some stuff, but the main thing she's wanting to do is create a human hybrid, or human stegodon hybrid, so that she can get married. And oh crap, that's why there's so many super geniuses are insane. A hyper-evolved dinosaur basically sounds like Stegoron. And she's like, wait, stop. What's a Stegoron? And of course, the next panel, for those who aren't familiar with Dougherty, which, to be fair, there's not a lot to be familiar with on him, he shows up to confront Spider-Boy. And by confront, I mean beg for his help. And as he's trying to get help, Kidpool shows up to try to kill him with Nerf guns and a toy lightsaber. And even makes the comment, it's like, I'm killing you humanely. It takes longer, but we'll get there. Well, and then the new and improved scientist, in her now dinosaur form, shows up. Because she's here to get married to Stegoron. And she actually has them the AIM people fire out these little eggs that hatch into robot dinosaurs. Big fight ensues. At this point, Spider-Boy, who's been trying like all kinds of crazy to get away from Kidpool, actually starts trying to impress her. Where she's like, he's kind of weird. We do, however, get this cool little pose down between them as they're getting ready to take out the two dinosaur guys. But Stegoron is actually moved by her story, and he decides maybe he does want to get married. And when she points out that she has her death virus that will kill all humanity without, she don't want to release it without anybody to be by her side, he actually makes the comment that maybe we're soulmates. And we have an off-panel kiss by the two of them, which nearly makes Spider-Boy barf and according to Kidpool, she does barf. And she shoots them in the head with Nerf darts, which then explode, knocking them both out. And the Spider Boy starts bringing up the idea of them walking in hand to hand, and she's like, gross. He's like, but that's what you literally said just a couple hours ago. It's like, hours ago? That's like a lifetime ago. And then we end with a little montage of him regretting her leaving and her happily walking away. This is a funny book. This is hilarious. Kidpool is nuts, much like Deadpool. My wife has read a lot of Spider-Boy. I haven't, but she really likes him, and I like him in this book. I need to probably go back and try reading some more of his comics to get up to speed on him. But he seems like a fairly good character in this book. The art is very befitting. I love the goofiness of even the little hearts in Stegron's eyes when he finds out that she has a virus to kill all humanity off. It says that they should be soulmates. So, a lot of fun. A great introduction for myself. I'm not familiar with Kidpool, so it took me a little bit to get up to speed on her. I'm barely familiar with only what my wife has told me about Spider-Boy, but this was a fun read. If you want just a good, enjoyable comic, I highly recommend you pick this one up and give it a try. All right, back next week with should have 2 comic reviews. May try to do another one later today, but I am behind schedule with the holidays. But for this week, no said.